all stuck in this dumb cycle, buying stuff to feel good. Everyone's posting their fake, perfect lives, and we're here trying to buy stuff to keep up with it. We regret losing time more than money. Satisfaction is not one size fits all, right? Okay, my name is Prashant, and for the 44 years of life that I have lived, most part of the life I have lived in a reasonably reckless way, mostly early years of my life. And that's why basically today I'm going to ramble a little bit about living for a purpose, or intentional living if you want me to sound fancy about it. Okay, let's get this out in the open. I am no guru. I'm a guy who's tripped over my own shoelaces one too many times, and who've been trying to figure out how was I drowning in stuff and stress for the longest time. And this is not going to be a TED Talk material. I don't think I can do that. So it's going to be you, me, or maybe a drink, and trying to sort through the mess of life. So I've been poking around this idea of financial freedom, minimalism, simplicity, all that jazz. Turns out it's not much about being a minimalist monk, but it's more about not screwing yourself over for no reason. So hang around, I've got some thoughts. They might even make sense. By the way, there are plenty of videos on YouTube calling this kind of topic slow living and stuff like that. But I wanted to call it living on purpose in my version. So yeah, going back to the video now. Okay, raise your hands if you've ever bought something just because it was shiny or trendy, or because that guy or girl in the office had it. Yeah, me too. I remember once, I clearly remember this in my late 20s when I bought this one very expensive, very shiny Sony Ericsson phone. It was one of those first touchscreen phones, and I just absolutely couldn't stop thinking about it. And I just wanted to get that in my hand. So I swiped my card, of course, and I got that shiny phone. It was beautiful. It was just, it was mind-blowing. I got the phone. I showed it off to everybody in the office where I lived, my friends, and then within a week's time, I lost the phone. I was traveling in an auto rickshaw and I lost the phone. Oh my god, I was so devastated. And I was so furious with myself. Guess what I did? I bought another phone. The same phone, I swiped my card again. Now this was my mentality back then. I absolutely didn't care about where the money is coming from or if I'm going to afford it, but I just did it. Cut to a few years ago, I somehow got very excited about watching hi-fi audio videos on YouTube. And when you start watching these videos on a loop, you want to get that because again, that is very shiny. So I got this tower speakers from Poke Audio, and I got an amplifier to suit it. And then I had to get the DAC, and then I had to get the, you know what I'm saying? It's a rabbit hole. I bought that, I set it up, I listened to it for a few days, months, and then I realized, am I missing something? Then I watched a few more videos, and I realized, oh, this is what I want to get. This is the other speaker, the other hi-fi system. I think that's going to solve everything. So I bought the other speaker. I sold this off, thankfully, and I sold it at a loss, of course. And I bought the other speaker, which was maybe a few thousand or maybe 50k more in Indian rupees. Yeah, this time I bought the other brand. I don't remember the name now. But it was again very shiny. I bought that and I played that for a few months. I realized, I'm never really happy with the sound. I mean, it's not that it's not making great sound. It's making amazing sound. But I'm like, there has to be something else. I'm looking at these videos and they're convincing me that there is something better, even better than this. And I want to get that shiny thing. I had to stop it. So I feel we're all stuck in this dumb cycle, buying, I wouldn't call it crap, but buying stuff to feel good and then feeling worse because we are broke and buried in junk. Meanwhile, the billionaires, they're chilling in flip-flops, not flexing for their Instagram likes. That's the kicker, right? We are here killing ourselves to look rich, feel rich. Sometimes it's more about feeling rich than looking rich, I feel. So that's what we try to do. While the real rich, actually, they don't give a damn. So I started wondering, what if we just stop? Like full stop. What if we lived for ourselves and not for the algorithm? I've got some ideas to pull that off that I'm trying. So let's try and unpack it, alright? Okay, so first up, let's talk about this consumerism trap that we all stumble into. It's like quicksand, but with ads. Drill. I mean, the latest phone drops and suddenly you feel your existing phone is very slow, and boom, you add it to the cart. You're scrolling Instagram and then you see this new, innovative, shiny product that you feel that, oh my god, this is gonna change my life. I want this. Stupid me, I did that with the blender once. I wanted to eat very nutritious food, and I do that now. But that doesn't mean that I need a blender. So I bought this blender, and I thought I'll be a smoothie king. But guess what? It's lying somewhere gathering dust right now. I'm not even using it. So the point is, resisting your urge to buy that new thing is not about saving cash, but it's about not letting that marketing dude sitting in a hoodie somewhere dictate your life. Studies say that you're happier when you stop chasing trends. I mean, think about it. Look at your closet. Half of the stuff in that are stuff that you picked up from a sale and you don't even use it. So my advice is, the next time you're tempted to buy something online, more importantly, put that in the cart and keep it aside for 48 hours. And there are very good chances that when you go back to the cart 48 hours plus, 9 out of 10 times you will not buy that stuff. And yeah, if you're on email a lot, unsubscribe from those brands, because those are like your exes on social media. You don't want that noise. Alright, so here's where it gets personal. So intentional living is not about copying an influencer's beach aesthetic. It's about your own groove. I thought I wanted a better desk. I deserved it with that, that raised height and stuff like that. And I bought one and I assembled it. But turns out I'm more comfortable on the sofa now. Point is, maybe you like drinking water out of a glass bottle. Some people like drinking out of copper bottles. It's in trend in India, by the way. Maybe you enjoy riding on a bike to your workplace, or maybe a shuttle to office and not Ubering. Okay, research backs this. So people who focus on what makes them really tick versus what's supposed to are actually more grounded. So try this. Ditch at least one thing that you're meh about. For example, out of all the hi-fi systems that I told you earlier, I sold all of them. And I went back to my old capable pair of speakers that sound really well, and now I only have that. I sold off, I made a loss, but I still saved a lot of money because I'm not keeping all of that junk with me, and I'm very happy listening to that. And sure, it felt like a rebel initially, but then you ask yourself, what would you rather spend your energy on? For me, it's traveling in my Jimny, my music, and my YouTube videos, and not Instagram scrolling. So think about what's yours. Okay, let's be straightforward about this one. I think we gotta stop trying to impress people that possibly don't even like us. I used to stress about the cars that I'm going to have, and the reason mostly I bought my initial set of cars was because I wanted to show off and I wanted to make sure that whoever is in my car feels that I am having the life, I'm living the life. Honestly, in my late 30s and my early 40s, I realized that feeling is useless, because most of the people who are with you don't really care about how you're living and what you've got and stuff like that. If they're true to you, they're true to you for other reasons other than material and money reasons. It's a super waste of time and effort. Social media is worst at this. Everyone's posting their fake perfect lives and we're here trying to buy stuff to keep up with it. So screw that. The data is very clear. See, validation chasing will tank your bank account and your sanity. Millionaires and billionaires, they don't flex because they don't need to. So here's the move, right? So the next time you're about to splurge on that shiny phone, that iPhone 17 or 18 that's going to come very soon, what are you going to do with it? What's the use case? Are you going to be using the phone more to click pictures? Then an Oppo or a Vivo phone is very good at it. Trust me, my wife is a photographer and she's extremely happy with her 25 or 30k Oppo phone. It gives amazing pictures. The AI in it, the filters in it, it's crazy, and she's head over heels. She loves it even more than her actual Canon camera. So for example, I just stopped purchasing from Zara. I was a huge fan of Zara because of their style and designs, and that's my premium workout, by the way. And then I realized, and the quality that they gave for that price of 5k for a shirt or 6k for a shirt was pathetic. And I switched to a more meaningful Indian brand called Rare Rabbit. I'm not promoting them, but although they are also not very cheap, the t-shirts cost about 3 or 4k. But the point is that I just buy them and then I wear it longer. That way I save money. And guess what? It's still me. I'm just less broke right now. And be the guy or the girl who doesn't care. It's liberating. Okay, last up, but very extremely valuable. We trade it for the stuff that we don't need, and then we keep wondering, okay, tell me honestly, how many times have you researched over the internet, watched hundreds of YouTube videos to look for a product, to know about a product, so that you can make a very informed decision to buy that kind of a product, and you bought it, and then you realize that you don't really use it. I'll give you a personal example. I do a lot of research around speakers because I'm a sort of a part-time musician and I love listening to music. So I did a lot of research around looking for speakers, Bluetooth speakers, handy, portable, and I zeroed in on one, and then I got that home and I bought it. But it's hardly, I hardly listen to that. I listen to that. It turns out I hardly use it. Genius, right? So that's me. But that's how you learn. That's what I learned. Studies show that we regret losing time more than money, and I can relate to that so much because I'm in my 40s and I keep doing this 40s rant all the time. But because in your 40s you realize time is so valuable. You've got only so much time left in your life, and that's when you really value time. But the point is, you still keep doing that, wasting time. So intentional living is about flipping that. saying no to crap that doesn't matter. I started saying no to evening hangouts with people who don't matter to me. I only go with folks who matter to me and I spend quality time. That way, I have more time to breathe, just breathe in the evening. Okay, so try this. Block 1 hour tomorrow, maybe even today. No plans, no phones, just you. Stare at something scenic, stare at the wall, stare at the ceiling. I did it and I accidentally sorted out my head. And you will too. It's like, you're in your bathroom and you have nothing to do, you just got doing that stuff and you start to connect the dots. That's beautiful. Also, one more thing. Stop buying gadgets that save time. They don't. Classic example is an air fryer. It's more pain than just frying stuff on your pan. I mean, there are still ways to do it in a more nutritional way. Air fryer is not the only way. So don't buy stuff that you don't need. Focus on what gives you more meaning and space, like reading, writing, music, napping, whatever gives you more. So time is your real gold. Go for it. Alright, that was my ranting monologue. Not a great discovery, but it's just me trying to figure out in this world how not to get drowned in this mostly algorithmic nonsense. If anything sticks, yes, you did it. You did not like it, it did not. At least we tried. So see you in the other video. Bye. Have fun.